Hello guys, but I want to show you a short video on how to install GS arm and TDC turret. So in the bag, when you get this, you will receive one of them that are pre-installed, which is the base with the nylock nut installed. And you will get one hop arm, which is there, one of these hop arms. You'll get two nubs. You'll get two metal screws and one TDC top. So first of all, we take the chamber. Now this is a well rifle here, but for the TM chambers, there's no modding required at all, just on the well chambers. On the well chambers, the dimension from this section here to here is slightly smaller than what it is on a Tokyo Marui. And on the Cyma, this dimension from here to here is a little bit smaller. So on the well, you have to shave a tiny bit off the back here with a file. So you'll get your file and just gently rub it backwards and forwards, like so, until it tightly pushes in there. So for a well, you file this back edge here, you file this edge, and then this will push in tightly, nice and really tight, and that'll go in. Then you'll get your concave nub, and on this concave nub, if you can see that in the camera, I've got my pencil and put a little dot right in the centre of the circle, and that'll come in really handy for later when you come to glue the top on the rifle. So what we do, we put this together, fold this off for which Cyma or well rifle that you have, and we put the nub into there and we'll slide that in. Okay, so that's in there. So now what we'll do, we'll assemble the chamber, put screws in. Don't worry about the spring stopper or anything like that, the BB stopper I mean. So we'll put that in now, tighten up both screws, so it's nice and tight. And once that's done, we need to get measurement from here to here, where you made this dot on the hop arm, and transfer it to the underside. So that'll be pretty between this screw hole here and this edge here. So in the centre there is where it should line up. But if you get the dimension first from there and transfer it to the back. Now once you've done that, get your outer barrel and we slide the chamber in, lining up the screws underneath. Here, the screw holes. So you line this one up. Then you get your tape measure, measure from here to your mark there which you've made. Now what that dimension is, you write it down on a piece of paper. On this one I have got to make sure your holes are nice and lined up as well, your screw holes to the outer barrel. And you measure that and it's 135mm. So now we've got that, write that down. 135. So now what we do, more measuring, is we measure from the outside to this cut here. Then I want you to do is transfer that mark around the outside of the barrel. I'm not sure if you can see, I've already pre-done this one. Can you see my little marks there? There, there, there. I've transferred them around. Well, now that makes it easy for you to when you turn the masking tape around the outer barrel. So get some masking tape now. like so. A little bit. And we tuck it in here. In there. Nice and square to this top corner mark here. See that there? And then lines we made around the outside of the barrel. You use your masking tape and you follow them in them marks. And that will bring you right the way round square to that other side there. So we've got a little bit of excess there. We'll take that off. Press all that down so that's nice and flat. And we get the side of the pencil and we mark here. Turn it over, we mark here. So the corner of this here, this is this metal mark, this metal cut here, this is where we're marking. Just rub the side of the pencil up both sides. And we want to mark this as the thread section. So put a little T on there. So that's that orientation. So take this off, stick it to the table, like so. And that's what you will have. So now what we do is we need to measure that centre mark. So whatever that measures, got 38mm there, so we measure 34mm. 2 marks on there. So it's going to be different for most rifles because you need to measure this. We'll just draw in marks up like so. Now we need to put this back on the barrel. So we get this with the thread side up, hook it back on your line, which would be fairly easy this time because the tape's been marked and it will have a groove there. Apart from I've messed this tape up a little bit. So we put that on that mark. We run this round our pencil marks across the top here, like so. And now our measurement, what we took from there to the underside of our hop chamber when it was lined up, was 135mm on this barrel. So we measure down to our mark. So there is our mark. So as you can see, I pre-drilled this. So when you drill this now, you want to use a 5mm drill bit and drill straight down on that mark. And if you're a little bit tiny out, it shouldn't matter because that 5mm will give you enough to be able to get by it and make it all work nice and properly. So now we take the tape out. Take the tape out. So now you've drilled a hole. Now if we slide this with the nubbin, the chamber in the right way round, you'll see that that little black dot on that white nub will line up something like that. See that little dot in there? Well, that's what you need. So when you put your hop chamber on now, your hop block, we'll put this on, screw this down. Quickly screw this down. Front and back screws. Now as you can see, with that screwed down, You can see your nub in there, the white nub, and the little black dot to show its centre. Now what you do, once you've done that, you get your bottom turret, which has got the little 4mm nylock nut in, and you basically put a tiny bit of epoxy resin on it. Transfer this to this barrel. Just putting the hot chamber on this other barrel, just bear with me. So what happens is, when you come to glue this on, you'll put a tiny bit of glue on the underside of this, a bit of epoxy resin, and when you look through that hole, you'll be looking for that dot. So you centralise that hole on that dot you made on your nub. Then glue it, let it go a tiny bit tacky. Now assemble the back part of your rifle. So put the receiver on your barrel, screw that down, like so. Okay, that fits in, put your rifle in the stock. Now with the rifle in the stock, what you can do is you look down the top of your scope barrel, like so, and then that top turret will be level with the top of that scope barrel. So you eye that through there to make sure that's nice and flat, and then you look through that little hole there and see the white nub with the white dot, and make sure that's centre to that hole. Let it set, and that is everything fitted. So once this is dried, take it apart again, fit your bucking, your barrel, everything like that. I recommend the TNT, TR Hop or Maple Leaf and Autobot, one of them buckings and barrels. And yes, when you come to fire this and you wind your top screw in, with these, it's a really tight fit. It's a really tight fit. And sometimes you might have to tap this in with a tiny little hammer because it's tight. So you screw this into here. You screw that in like so. Screw it in. So when you start screwing this in, it'll go in quite a fair way beyond this. So you'll screw this right quite a way to about 3 or 4 mil gap, and then you'll rack around in, and you'll find it might drop out the end of the barrel. Well, that's tighten it a bit more, rack another round, the BB will run out, and then you just keep tightening it until the BB stop running out. That's when you test fire. Once you fired your test fire, if you need a bit more, keep on going, and just do a little bit at a time, and don't just fire one shot, turn it up a bit more, fire another shot, fire 2 or 3 shots and dial it in that way, and then you'll get it to exactly where you need it. So there you go, that's how you fit the Gunsmithy GS Arm and TDC Turret. So yes, cheers guys. If any problems, send me a message and I'll be more than happy to help. Bye now.